Hey guys, it's Millie K.
And Jay.
Commandments, wow. Man can't tell me nothing about this coke. Can't tell me nothing about this crack, this weed.
And as we all know, our generation is yeah. I swear that our frontal lobes are completely and differently developed. I feel though that in a way we're the best generation. I feel like every generation says that, but think about millennials. Like nobody wants to be a millennial.
Yeah.
And the generation below us, like
Yeah. No words. No words.
My cousins and stuff are nice because I don't know. They were just brought into a good, peaceful family, right?
Yeah. That's partly what it is like.
But the things that I hear these kids doing, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right. I be feeling like a millennial the way I be saying back in my day.
Exactly.
We would never do that. Like I feel so old, but like no, for real.
But I feel though that our generation understands both sides. Like
yes.
They are both the extremes and we're genuinely like the middle children.
Yeah.
Like the fab middle children, because everybody's worried about us right now. They are not taking what has been brought to them, which is social media and technology and having a very advanced level of it. At that level of their development, it is just very it's becoming very negative. I feel like. So it's all just scary. You know what I mean? Even like the times that we're in, we all know like this is not good, right? We're also just starting to be adults, like me and her. Obviously Gen Z goes up until like 25.
No, way older than that, like 29, 28.
Oh my goodness.
Not even. There's still some. I think the youngest Gen Z is like a freshman. No, juniors in high school right now. They're still in high school though, so it's like people who haven't started their life yet and people who are like pretty established. That's the age we're at right now.
Yeah. But barely established. Like they're not even 30 yet. Even our grandparents, some grandparents that are more down to earth and they get with like the new generations and stuff, they are also very addicted to their phone. We all know how addicting our phones are. But overall, I think it comes down to like our generations being completely like overstimulated. People can't be calm and chill about things anymore because that's just not the nature of our generations anymore. Everything is so heightened emotions. We almost need to have forms of media and conversation to meet that level. And it's unfortunate because I think that allows for a negative.
And we talk about this topic so much in our videos, social media. That's what plays a part in what's overstimulating us. And I feel the reason that it's overstimulating us is because of herd mentality. Everybody wants to do what somebody else is doing. And that even goes for positive stuff, but also hateful comments. Like, I'm watching Love Island right now, and as soon as I see one video that gives people like the green light to say something negative, something that they never, like they would never say on the internet unless somebody else like talked about it. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like a green light for be like, oh okay, I was thinking this but I just don't want to say it. And then everybody just piles on and piles on and piles on with the hate. Like for Love Island, there's this girl right now getting hated on because of her looks, and everybody's dogging her as if this is not a real person. And like I said, it could also be positive stuff like, oh, you like someone's top so you're gonna like follow what they're doing because it's like something that influences you. But the power of influence in our generation is real. Our generation likes to rage bait. So a lot of the influence, it's not,
they want you to be mad.
Yeah, it's not positive influence all the time. And I feel like we're so used to it that we can't even like pinpoint it. Like it's just like an everyday part of life, if that makes sense.
And another thing that reminds me of the herd mentality is the Kayla Malik situation, because the apology video that James Charles made for her, she says that he buys his comments and stuff so that they can be more positive and more people tend to like him, because if nobody's gonna be like, nah bro, like we will never forgive you, and instead they're like, they can never make me hate you, it's like everybody's gonna start thinking, oh well, if you don't have a reason to hate him, why should I?
And that applies to even stuff like likes. What I noticed through being an influencer, the reason I turned my likes off is because people
will not like your video if they see it wasn't getting any.
That's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
invest in the video before it blows up, you guys. Like, why? That's so weird. Why would you do that? And sometimes I see myself falling victim to this. It's like if I'm scrolling on TikTok and it doesn't have so many likes already,
Yeah.
I'll just scroll past it because I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it wasn't interesting. But that's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And again, you fall victim to it, and it's like we can be aware of these things, but it's still in our human nature to be a product of our environment. It's survival of the fittest,
right.
you know? And we don't really need that survival instinct anymore, so that is really transferred to social media, which is very interesting. We don't think about survival anymore, we think about social media as our survival.
Because it's like a whole nother world. And we're supposed to be living in this world. You know, like social media is insane. We see this every video. That's how crazy it is.
Exactly. But also with the Kayla Malik thing, people would really hate on her for like her freckles and the way that she did her makeup. But what's wrong with how a regular girl wants to do her makeup?
Right. And you know what really makes me angry? Y'all are always like, oh, no one's original anymore. But then when somebody does something different, y'all want to bully them.
Yeah.
Guys, but then in 3 years it's gonna be a trend. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Not saying that she has the best makeup ever. Again, it's human nature to compare yourself and to compare other people and how they look. But if that's how she enjoys doing her makeup and she does it every day, she doesn't care about what you guys think. And if anything, it's just rage bait. So
right. And I always say this all the time. I'm not a saint. It's not like I never judge someone, but I do it in my head. One thing about social media is it puts a battery in y'all's back. Y'all would never say these things to someone to their face, but because you're behind a screen, you would. And that's what I really don't like about this generation. They'd be so quick to say anything, and it's always so negative. Like, guys, in preschool, I was taught if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it at all. But I fear we lost the concept.
Yeah. I think that it's gotten to a point where it's made people comfortable to be hateful in person too. Like, I've started to experience real life situations where people have been like more offensive and rude, like to unironically. Yes. Like in situations that I've been in, yes. Like in social scenarios. No, for real. Since we had social media to just do the hateful stuff there, we weren't really seeing the true hate. Like we found a mask, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
But now we've broken through the mask again, and everybody wants to be hateful in person, and it's really surreal to see it happening in real time.
Yeah. And a lot of the reason why people hate is because they're trying to get a viral moment, whether that's a viral comment.
That is true.
Or like a viral video. Like, we said this before, like someone could be walking outside and we could just record them and just post like a funny comment on TikTok and then it'll blow up. Like,
and that's the thing, it's that social media has become strictly business. Everybody thinks that they can make themselves on social media and make a business and a life off of it, right? But it's simply not that easy, and one viral video of hate is not gonna get
it's
you
not
there.
sustainable. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Like, if your whole platform is surrounded by ugly things, it will work, but not for the long run.
Right.
Not for the long run, because who would want to work with you for that?
Yeah.
When you have no.
But it's interesting because they would want to work with you, actually.
Some companies.
At this point.
Some companies.
And that's the scary part. We have gotten to the point where whatever gets the views is what we're looking for. It doesn't matter
it's like desperation.
Your morals don't matter when you're making money.
We done find twins. Our name is Niora and Nyora, and we 21 and we single, and outside tonight we snatching baby daddies.
I love my natural hair.
That hair isn't real.
Death is seeking you at the bingo table.
Who has been writing these prompts, guys? You mentioned the other day about White Chicks the movie.
Yeah.
And how if it was posted today,
it would just be an uproar of...
But it's so weird because like Gen Z, it's like we're like the woke generation, but then also we do the opposite of what we're fighting for.
If anything, they were woke for... I don't know, because that's the issue. If we have such an issue with blackface, then we can't be okay with black guys acting white for entertainment too. And I guess that's what we think is woke about us.
I would say that movie was crazy because I'm pretty sure in the movie like the white girl said the N-word. Like, just for really.
Yeah, like that's what the generation was like though.
Yeah.
Like, it's chill. Like, everybody does what they do, right? But there's so much stigma and hostility surrounding those topics, which is very understandable. And the adults in that generation were okay with that. You know what I mean? But now we are the upcoming adults, and it's a beautiful thing that we still get to mold what we want our future generations to see and know. It's really hard because our older generations have, in my opinion, some pretty different idolizations than us, and our generation is right now, in my opinion, marginalized by hate and jokes. Do you know what I mean? We're making everything a joke and lighthearted, and we don't take things seriously.
Oh yeah,
enough.
I sent you that TikTok the other day.
I just think that in general, like,
yeah.
And I think the beauty in the stage that we are at in our generation is that we still have time to change that.
Yeah.
Because shit is not funny
At all. Like, the memification that Gen Z does has seriously made us unserious. There's no reason why we should be joking about certain dark humor jokes. The form of media that we use each generation is different, but the message is always the same. I was talking about it the other day. Like, first it was radio stations, and then it was like podcasts, and now it's YouTube, and now it's TikTok. Like, it's just the same. We're saying the same stuff. We're just adapting it to what the current media is. Like, that reminds me of
technology.
Yeah, like that reminds me of all the like political cartoons that I used to literally study and dissect. And
don't fall for it. We don't have to be submissive to this unserious nature, because there's nothing that is not serious about anything going on. Like ever, though. Like ever. It was always serious, but now is not the time to think it's funny.
Those political cartoons, they were exaggerated to be almost humorous. So like I said, it's like the same thing, but it's like there's no reason why we should be laughing about certain things.
Like, there's no reason that should be our culture, and that's our true mentality of how we look at things.
Right, and this cycle has repeated for years. All those cartoons I was looking at, they're from like the 1700s.
Like, and that's the thing, history always repeats itself. So why do we think that we are the exception? Do you know what I mean? We don't have to be the exception, but we are just blatantly, blindly doing so. If we're gonna be woke, then wake up.
It's textbook, guys. It's textbook.
People don't even read anymore.
Like, we're
Speech
failing
to text if you need.
We're failing at an open note test right now.
Yes.
And speaking about people not reading and speech to text, nah, bro, we need to genuinely read this stuff, because with all these shortcuts, the reason that history repeats itself is because people often don't know it.
Yeah.
So make sure you're actually getting food for thought when you and not
that's
just
the thing.
doom
Our
scrolling.
frontal lobe, it's completely different. We don't think like how people used to anymore. We don't have that level of intellectualism.
That's another problem with Gen Z. That is another problem about Gen Z. Anti-intellectualism, bro. The amount of people that rather doom scroll and watch brain rot than watch, not to plug ourselves, but our videos that are actually talking about it. When we first started this channel, me and her both agreed. I think we might have said it even in the video. We don't want to talk about nothing. Yeah. But Gen Z, you were saying it in the beginning, like, we're just scrolling our lives away, and because the world is so tough, I understand that sometimes you need a 5-minute break, but we can't always do that.
But that's the overstimulated part. It's like, but you're overstimulating your mind. You're not giving yourself a break. You're filling yourself with, like, read a book. Because here's the thing, I saw this thing that said, like, the longer we look at our phones, the more, like, gray matter builds in our brain. Really? Yes. So there's that's what I'm saying. Like, Gen Alpha is done, but we are cooked. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's bad. That's why we think time is going by so fast. We are literally scrolling away hours of the day. There's only so many, and there's only so many that we're awake for. So if we're spending 5 of those on our phones, which is very, like, I'd probably spend at least 5 hours of the day on my phone. Of course the weeks are gonna go by fast. You know what I mean? Of course the month is going to fly by because we spent it wasting our time.
Yeah. And it's like, it's all a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a distraction. I understand sometimes you just need a cool down, but like she said, you're not cooling down. You're literally making your mind space worse.
Yeah.
That's why it's harder for people to even watch YouTube, because it's long form content.
Mm-hmm.
People, if it's over 10 seconds, they're like, oh, I don't even care no more.
Yeah.
10 seconds? What? And like, if we were to sit here in silence for 10 seconds, you guys would, like, it would feel like the longest 10 seconds of your life, bro.
Yes.
Everything is super fast paced, and I feel like that's messing with us.
And that's the thing too. I feel like our whole generation just needs to go on 75 hard. Like every single person at the same time, and we would just see how much different our like generation would end up being. Do you know what I mean? But everybody wants the easy way, everybody wants the fast way, everybody wants the one and done way, you know what I mean? Like the 2 ingredient this and that. But again, that is killing you actively. Go to the farmer's market. Take a walk.
That's why I don't even like cook like those like ramens that you can do in like 2 minutes or whatever, because it's like, bro, real luxury is being able to take your time.
Yes.
The fact that we even have stuff like that, like grab and go type stuff, just shows, not even a Gen Z thing, how the state of the world really is. Like, they want you to eat as quickly as possible, like 30-minute breaks out of all them hours that you're working. Like, they want you to take as little breaks as possible so you can get back to it. So of course, if that's how we're trained from school to work, that's how we're just gonna work everywhere else.
Unfortunately, it feels like life is business. And I heard that in other places of the world, it really feels like you're living life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in other different places of the world, it feels like you're living to make a living. And unfortunately, it always ends up that making your living puts you down to sleep. Yes.
Yeah. You should be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor while they're still ripe. While they are still ripe, bro. Like,
but we literally work while we are ripe and fresh. So just to...
But yeah, by the time you get
when
to
we're
enjoy
raising,
it, like the fact that they even pushed back retirement age to like...
Oh my God.
To what? What is it, like 70 something? Girl.
The joints, the bones, they're not rotating. They're not oiled up.
I hate seeing old people work.
It's really sad.
And respectfully, I don't know who they thought this was, but I know for a fact Gen Z, like, we're not letting that happen. 70 what?
We already don't want to work now.
At all. I'd be complaining about my little 5-hour shifts.
Right. Right. I'm like, my feet hurt.
Like, and a lot of the time the older generation really commends us for valuing our free time, like valuing our rest, prioritizing ourselves. The fact that they even feel like that and we even still don't feel rested enough, like, I don't know.
That's the thing, people are always tired. It's because you're not doing it right.
Yeah. And we mention all the time, like, we be resting, but we're still tired even when we're laying down. It really is that damn phone, guys.
Yeah.
It's that damn phone. They were right.
They were right.
They were right.
Overall, our message in this video is to tighten up.
It really is. Like, just tighten up and be aware.
And everything is not a joke, okay? Because when it gets serious, you're going to be a fish out of water. Figure it out.
As fuck.
This is not the time to be unprepared. This is not the time to be foolish. This is not the time to kid yourself.
Right. And remember that knowledge is power. So instead of consuming all that brain rot that is literally called brain rot because it's rotting your brain,
right,
make sure to take in some knowledge.
Yep.
Read a book, like, genuinely, guys.
Yep.
Read books, play word games, be off your phone, go walk in nature, something.
And go on 75 hard.
Yeah.
Right now. Everybody, this is your sign. 75 hard starting today. What?
I know it's like a diet, but like...
You have to do 5 things. You have to read a book, drink a certain amount of water a day, work out 45 minutes inside and outside a day. You have to wake up at an early time, and you have to, like, I don't know, stop eating after a certain time and, like, follow a diet.
That's what I already fucking do. I didn't know it was, like, anything special. Like, I'd be doing that anyways, period, I guess.
Everybody go on 75 hard.
Yeah.
Just do it and see how that will change the trajectory of our generation and our future, because our future is what we really care about. But if we're gonna keep kidding ourselves like we don't even care about what's going on now, what makes us think that we're gonna be successful? What makes us think that we're gonna be okay? You're just kidding yourself.
We could talk about this on and on, guys. Let us know if you want a part 2, because Gen Z has a lot wrong with them. So let us know. Comment down below what you like, what you didn't like, and follow us on Instagram. And we'll see you soon
in the next one. Bye.